Now we're going to move into our Ask Me Anything, of which I have a question that one of you recorded. Thank you so much. You can record your question in the app. Okay, Astro Bestie, what do you want to know?
Hey, Chani. Thank you so much for your podcast. I've learned so much from you. You've talked a lot about the importance of the planet that rules the sign of your ascendant in your birth chart and in the overall arc of your life. But can you talk more about the importance or lack of importance of your chart's rulers, transits through the houses in your chart? Thank you so much.
Okay, I think what this question is asking, I think it's saying, okay, for example, I'm a Gemini rising. Mercury rules my ascendant. Mercury rules my rising sign. Mercury is the planet that steers the direction of my life. Mercury, if I'm a Gemini or a Virgo rising, becomes so important in my chart. Why? Because it steers the direction of my life. So I want to know what house and what sign Mercury is in, because the house that it's in is a part of the world, a part of my life that I need to venture into in order to feel like I am living a life of purpose. It is a shortcut. It is a hack. It is like, if you're confused, go read about the ruler of your ascendant in the Chani app. Find out where it is, what area of life it's in. It will tell you so much about where you need to go, how you need to get there, and what will bring you a sense of meaning and purpose and honestly joy in your life. So there's that piece of it. And this question, I think, is saying, okay, so if Mercury is the steers person of my life, if it steers the ship of my life, then does it matter where it is in the sky at any given time? Yes and no. A of all, if your ruling planet is Mercury, or the moon or the sun, those planets or luminaries move really quickly. Sometimes Venus moves really quickly too. So Mercury is going to like zip through things, but you might notice that Mercury retrogrades are, and they happen regularly, 3, if not 4 times a year, that Mercury retrogrades are specifically important periods for you. Not bad, not good, just like times where you go deep with something. And yes, when Mercury comes back into your first house or back into the signs that it does well in, it will feel good for you. Now, for people who have like Capricorn or Aquarius rising, Saturn's the ruler of your ascendant, and whatever it's doing, is important. Wherever it's transiting in your chart is important. And because those transits take longer, it's going to be a slower reveal. The main thing I'm concerned with is when planets transit the ruler of your ascendant. So say you have Gemini or Virgo rising. I want to know what planets are transiting your Mercury. So what planets out in the sky right now are at the same point or at a point in the sky that's in a relationship aspect to your Mercury. So is Jupiter trining your Mercury right now? That would be a really significant boost for you. That would be important. Is Saturn conjunct your Mercury right now? That would be really important. I want to know when planets are transiting the most important planets in your chart, especially when they're transiting the ruler of your ascendant. Why? Because that is the planet that steers the direction of your life. So if Saturn is conjunct the steers person, Saturn, the planet that feels hefty and heavy and like an obstacle, this might be a moment where you feel like really held in place. And you're like, what is going on? Like Saturn's opposing your moon and you're a Cancer rising. Like that is an important moment for you. It's going to feel more intense than if you weren't a Cancer rising, most likely. And then if like an outer planet like Uranus is like square your Mars and you are a Scorpio rising or an Aries rising, that is going to feel like there's a big change that's happening to the course of your life or to your life direction. It doesn't mean you go in a totally radically different direction, although maybe, but it means that there's something happening with the steers person of your vehicle of your life. Like say you're driving a car and all of a sudden somebody that's sitting right next to you blasts like the loudest, most disturbing music possible. That's going to like change the way you're driving the car. It might even get you to like jolt around a little bit. That's what a transit is like to the planet that steers the helm, that's at the helm, that's the steers person of your chart of your life. The planet that rules your ascendant is driving your life forward. So we want to know where it's going But we want to know what planets are momentarily impacting it. Because if it's like, Neptune, is it intoxicating the steers person? Is there fog all of a sudden? Is it confusing you? If it's Venus, it'll be quick, most likely, unless Venus is retrograde. But is it bringing you somebody coming into the front seat that's like, hey, you're doing amazing. I love what you're wearing. You smell good. Every planet has its own vibe. So I want to know the planets that are impacting the ruler of your ascendant. And you can find that out really quickly by going to the Chani app and looking in the transit section and just scanning it and being like, okay, Venus rules my rising sign, rules my ascendant. So is anything connected to my Venus right now? Is anything transiting my Venus right now? And then if you find something, you'll be like, okay, that planet, the nature of that planet is impacting the ways in which my life is being driven forward, or the ways in which I'm driving my life forward, or the ways in which I'm finding this path, right? Like it colors the ways in which the road appears, or the environment, the weather, say. Okay, I hope that's helpful. And yes, it matters where that planet is as it's transiting through things. You might notice more or less that you do well when your planet out there is doing well, kind of divorced from how it's doing in your chart or what it's doing in your chart. And also, again, Cancer risings, Leo risings, and a lot of times Virgo and Gemini risings, those planets or those luminaries, they just move so fast. So like a Cancer rising person, like the moon changes signs every 2.5 days. So it's kind of too much to keep up with. So it's not the best general rule, but you will hear me say in the readings, like if you're Cancer rising and there's eclipses going on, chances are that's a big deal for everybody. But the moon it's a lunar eclipse. Like that might be an extra big deal, or every full moon might be an extra big deal for you as a Cancer rising, because you're just kind of like tuned in to that kind of thing anyways. Okay, I hope that's helpful. Please go to the app, go to the little menu thing, click on it and follow the directions and leave me a little voice memo, please. And thank you for doing it.